Jim Jones said Pusha T's not in his top 50 rappers list.
What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't get?
Wow.
I mean, I don't think he heard Daytona. I don't think he did. Also, Wack 100 said Fat Joe stole about $4 million from
$4 million?
Big Pun's family.
Good Lord.
That man is dead, bro. You robbed him for $4 million already.
And we got Hulu dropping the Freaknik documentary about to expose all your favorite rappers.
I'm with it. No, your favorite mothers, your uncles and your aunties.
Yeah.
Some of us are deaconesses. Some of us have corporate America jobs. Some of us are in Congress right now. Nobody want to do that.
Yeah.
All of that is about to get exposed. You feel me?
All of that.
Cardi B spoke out against Dalai Lama. The most disgusting thing I saw for the past 2 weeks.
This is the world we're living in.
People let religion, they let people take advantage of their kids because of religion.
All right, and we got My Son finally releasing the diss track against Troy Ave, which we've been waiting for weeks.
And this is what we got. Cloud Babies Elevation Nation. We're gonna talk about it. Let's go.
Let's go.
What's up this week? I didn't get with the 1, 2, 3. So Jim Jones said Pusha T shouldn't be in the top 50.
You don't think Pusha T should be on the greatest 50 rappers of all time list?
How? What has he
What?
done? What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't get?
Wow.
All biased aside.
He's nice.
Yeah,
He's nice as he can rap his ass. He can rap his ass of what? What has he done? Nobody has dressed like him. Nobody wants to be like Pusha T. No, I don't remember nothing. And let's not be evil, but we don't talk about rap where that's popping the wanna and wanna be like. I don't know too many in this game that was leaning towards being like Pusha T.
Do you believe that he deserved to be in the top 50?
Well, objectively speaking, yes. 100%.
Discography is crazy.
Like, it's crazy. And his lyricism is undeniable.
He could rap.
Jim Jones is not the person that can throw a stone right now at Pusha T. Like,
why not?
Because
he made Ballin'.
Yeah, Ballin's the only track that's gonna hold Jim Jones in a high regard. But Pusha T is iconic, man. He's iconic. Maybe more iconic in features though. I will say that. Maybe like less on his solo stuff. But lyrically, how could you throw a stone as a rapper when you're talking about a top 50 rapper? I'm not talking about artists. I'm not talking about like how successful people are.
Yeah, rapper. Yeah, that's true.
Rapper.
That's
Jim
true.
Jones is saying rapper. So if you want to just break it down as a rapper,
even when he was in the clips with No Malice, his brother, he was killing it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
One of his first stuff I heard from him was the Re-Up Gang.
Yeah.
Fire album, bro.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Come on,
He
son.
came up with the McDonald's jingle.
That is true. I forgot about that.
Come on, man.
I forgot about
Pusha
that.
T's iconic.
So, what would you say is Pusha T's most iconic song?
Oof, that's tough. You know,
Some people will say Mercy.
yeah, I'd say Mercy would probably be like, but because
Is that because it's the most commercial?
possibly because look, Ballin' is the one track for Jim Jones and it's the most commercial. So I would say that. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
there's a lot of like, man, the reason why I mess with Pusha is because a lot of the stuff that he did for features, even for like Ye and all that kind of stuff, like the stuff he does on that just goes so hard. It's like real rap, you know, and the fact that he's being talked about as not in the top 50 rappers.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's not like a crossover R&B artist. Like even Drake, bro, like Drake is an amazing rapper, but he's a cross-pollinated artist where like it's R&B, it's a bit of this, it's a bit of that.
Pusha T is Drake's kryptonite.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if Drake's kryptonite is not in the top 50,
You're
I mean,
crazy.
So he's right now.
Jim Jones right now
is sucking Drake's balls right now. Everything Drake is this, Drake is that, Drake has to be this, which I kind of agree because most of his argument is
facts.
what we argue about.
Yeah,
like
facts.
Drake has to be in the top 5,
Facts,
top 3 of everything right now. It's not because
it's facts.
It's
just
the barriers that he broke. That's understandable, but you cannot not say that Pusha T don't deserve to be in top 50. He deserves to be in top 20 if you think about it.
What's Jim Jones top in rap then? If Pusha's not in the 50, where are you at?
Yeah, where is Jim Jones
Where
at?
is Jim Jones at?
Let's see where Jim Jones is at.
At the end of the day, man, like you could just look at it from an objective point of view and break down compare the two. And it's weird. It's interesting to me. If I was Jim Jones, you're basically a legend in a way, a hip hop legend. Like no one can take that away from you, Jim. But you don't have to go and like put down Pusha T, who's objectively better at rapping.
Way better than him.
That's crazy.
Way better than him.
That's
and then he was talking about fashion too. That Jim Jones is
Jim Jones looks like every uncle at the barbecue with a wife beater on.
Facts. Facts. When you think of Dipset, I don't think Jim Jones had the best style there. Cameron was number one. Jules Santana will be. I'll say second. Jules Santana had horrible fashion sense.
He had the bandana at all times.
I'll say he was the worst.
I don't want to say the worst, but
yeah, Jim Jones will have to be second. So it will be Cameron, Jim Jones, then Jules. Because Jules was Freaky Zicky. Yeah, Freaky Zicky barely. I don't know. I don't know, but
Jim Jones looks like he's the uncle. He's Uncle Jim Jones.
But he did make a good point though. Jim Jones said he will put Big Sean before Pusha T.
Now Pusha T don't hold no weight out here.
Daytona, bro.
No out here. I would put Big Sean before. I would put Big Sean before Pusha T.
Easily. But Jim Jones is on it before Pusha T.
But I'm saying you can put whoever you want ahead of him. You're saying he's not.
Cameron before Pusha T.
Easily.
Bro, you go in these clubs, I don't know no records they play in the club or Pusha T. They don't play outside.
Yeah, it's all subjective anyway when we talk about the list. That's why it's kind of a BS debate. But
lyrically he's there, but
lyrically he has to be.
If we're talking rapper, yeah. Most accomplished, no.
No, of course not. Most successful, no. Of course not. Most recognizable, no, of course not. Best flow style, maybe not, right?
Yeah, he got a flow, but not best flow style.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, but just overall rap writing. And
bar for bar.
Bar. Ooh.
Yeah. He's in that Jadakiss level.
Yeah, he's in that.
talk.
He's in that talk. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's disrespectful, Jim.
Nah,
Uncle Jay.
He don't want
Uncle
it.
Jay?
He don't want it with. He does not want it, bro.
Our producer Kenny would say, Uncle Jay.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. You don't want it, man.
You don't want that.
Don't want that. Wack 100 came out this week talking about that he bought the life right for Big Pun,
bro, and then claiming a $4 million Fat Joe
stole from the family.
Theft.
Yeah.
I'm cool with Pistol Pete and Joe. I call Joe right now.
You know they don't f with them people. That's what I'm saying.
It don't matter. That's that man's wife and his children, bro. That's that man's story. Stop blocking them and let them people. The people was homeless. What kind of niggas you niggas? That man is dead, bro. You robbed him for $4 million already. I seen the work. $4 million you never gave his wife and kids none of his 30% cut. 1.2 million should have went to his wife and kids. They was homeless in a homeless shelter. When you New York niggas gonna stand for what's wrong.
Yo, I love hip hop, son. So now. Because Fat Joe, Big Pun's family, they don't really get along and stuff like that. There's a lot of
there was some stuff. But they were, Big Pun and Fat Joe were like brothers though. Was there any blame?
The wife was saying that Pun was beating her like crazy.
Oh shit.
That's one of the problem. But Fat Joe is saying, okay, I never heard about that. I don't know about that. I'm gonna defend my boy. Right. So that's how this whole stuff, that whole beef started.
I would die to see a picture with Fat Joe and Big Pun's son together. You gonna tell me Big Pun ain't looking down like why my son ain't on? Hip hop.
Last year, we did a tribute to Big Pun in the historical Radio City Music Hall. The Lox came out, Busta came out, Beatnuts came, the whole world. And something that I never disclosed, and I'm not trying to talk down on nobody, but I invited his son, who raps, apparently, to come and do Big Pun's parts. He declined. I invited him when we bigged up Big Pun in Radio City Music Hall, one of the biggest venues in the world, where every rapper in the world was there, where it was the biggest shit in the world, but they declined. That's cool.
The man has been dead for a long time.
Yes, sir.
And the fact that there's...
I just want a Big Pun movie.
Would be good, wouldn't it?
I'm a fan.
It'd be dope. People
That's
need
all
to
I
know
care
about
for.
it. Yeah,
I don't care about who owns the right.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure they have that locked somewhere. There's a script ready. You think?
No.
For sure. No?
People see, okay, Pun's family saying Fat Joe is cock blocking the process. Fat Joe is saying, how can I cock block the process when I give you all the paperwork, all the rights, everything for it? I have nothing to do with it. You want to do it, you do it yourself. Why am I going to fund something for one of my best friend when I'm trying to help? You guys disrespect me saying I do this, I stole from you guys, I do this, da-da-da. Why am I going to be involved?
Yeah, of course.
So I understand that, but as a fan, I don't care about none of that.
You just want to see the movie.
I just want to see the movie.
Nah, bro. I never made $1 off my brother since he passed away. Gave all the rights to his wife. Simple. If you want to know what's going on, ask them. I gave them all the rights.
The Pun Pass, I didn't really receive a lot of money. I received some money from the from publishing, but I received exactly $116,000 something for publishing, which is through Jelly Bean. And the house I was paying mortgage for, which was my husband that he bought the house, it wasn't paid out. The 5 years that I was living there before I sold it, I spent over $120,000 just on mortgage. You know, then you got the kids and the food and the clothes and, you know, legal fees. And when there's no money coming in, there's just money coming out.
After Pun passed, we put together an album. She told me that she was broke. Now, mind you, Big Pun made millions and millions of dollars while he was alive. He spent a lot of money, 10 Mercedes-Benzes, 10 motorcycles, whatever the case may be. I had no clue that he was broke. She steps to me and she says, Joe, I'm broke. We got no money. I said, well, listen, people not going to feel sorry for you because you're Big Pun's wife forever. I'm going to get you some money. Now, what do you do? So she tells me, I like to do hair. I said, well, why don't you go to school for doing hair? And maybe you can open up 2-3 beauty salons and continue to support your family, because no one's going to continue to pay your bills because you're Big Pun's wife. We do the album Endangered Species.
Right. Which was after
no one got paid on this album after Pun's death. No producer, no studio, no rapper, not me, no one. The full advance, which was hundreds of thousands of dollars, went to Liza Rios and the family. So after he passed, she had hundreds of thousands of dollars. I thought I did the right thing, Cypher.
Right.
Like, I thought I did the right thing. She spent the money unwisely, right? She comes back and says, Joe, I'm doing bad again. We give her a check out of our pockets. We say, yo, we got to take care. Because at the end of the day, Pun's my brother. I take care of over 30 people for the last 15 years. Like, 30 friends that they got to pay their family bills, they got to pay their rents, they got to pay whatever. Why wouldn't I take care of Pun's wife and Pun's kids? You understand?
Of course.
So now she comes back for another check. I look out for her, I write her a check. Now the controversy happened to where, how could you expect to live off of Big Pun's name being his wife? And you putting out DVDs of him pistol whipping you, and you calling him an animal, and you calling him a beast. This is the problem I have with Liza Rios, is that at the same time as saying, I'm Pun's wife, take care of me, I'm Pun's wife, she's just
ran his name
basically disrespecting his legacy.
Right.
Like, if you have problems at home, and which to everybody, I don't believe that no man should pick up their hands for no woman in the universe, and I've never seen him do that personally.
Basically, I'm asking to see proof of royalties and so forth, and I have not yet seen anything. As far as my end with Pun, Pun has made a lot of money for people and continues to make money for them, but Pun doesn't get paid. When you hear songs out there, iTunes, ringtones, Pun is not getting a check. So if Pun's not getting a check, the kids are not getting a check.
Well, we talk, so then she come to a LA, a Cali, a Valley and say, whack, this is my problem. They block me. The building want to do it, but they say they don't want to be ruining themselves the relationship with Fat Joe. Hold on, get on the phone. They tried to call in. They say, hey, Wack 100 called this deal in. So you talking up with Wack. Our relationship with Wack is impeccable. We doing a deal because Wack told us to do the deal. They ain't the deal. The woman start crying, bro. 4 years they've been blocking me, Wack. The whole New York didn't want to help me. I had to come out here to California, and you, the one they say don't like New York, don't f with people, in 48 hours made my deal happen.
He said, ready, we about to make this big film, man. You know, you gonna be the man. I said, what? I said, yeah, man, I'm over here with, with Liza and the kid. I mean, Liza, you know what I'm saying, Pun's wife, and I just got her the deal. said, nigga, you lying. FaceTime. I'm gonna FaceTime you right now. Let me see her. You know what I'm saying? At the door, you know what I'm saying, right there on the spot. He said, all right, good. So I FaceTimed him. And sure enough, you know what I'm saying, she was there behind. And she was talking to the guy, the executive dude. You know what I'm saying, while he was there chilling. And he was like this. I told you. And she put up like this, you know, to Liza. She was like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Made me a believer. For real. So I was, I don't know. He confused me with the shit. So I'm like, do Liza know this nigga Wack? Because Wack is whacked out. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you let a West Coast nigga earn the rights of an East Coast artist?
Well,
like that.
Money talks, bro.
Money talks. He's doing the right thing, would you say? Because if he does have the rights, all he got to do is hit up 50 and be like, yo, let's do the Big Pun movie.
Well, yeah. Well, this is the reason why, like, if in that kind of era, like, if you're in around entertainment industry, even if you're like Fat Joe or somebody like that, you're around producers, you're around with creators, you're around with directors, you're around that industry. So when you have rights to those kind of things, you can make real good deals out of it. You can make money out of it.
I think Fat Joe was trying to do that though, but since him and Pun's wife and son is beefing, and Cuban linking him, he's trying not to even entertain that.
Yeah, because you're not gonna get anything done.
Yeah,
if you can have a conflict.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Regardless, 50. I'm not saying 50 is part of the solution or the problem, but at the end of the day, if 50 got the right, you know he's gonna shoot the Big Pun movie. So regardless who bring it to him, he doesn't care if it's Wack 100 or Fat Joe.
How dope is 50? Where now, not only is he like has the rap career behind him, a mogul with business, but not only that, because of power and because of the work that he's done with shows now, he's the guy that you want to go to. To go and shoot a hip hop style drama series, documentary type.
Doesn't even have to be hip hop, bro.
It doesn't even have to. Yeah. But like when it comes to like realism though, he's not gonna do a superhero movie. You're not gonna see 50 Cent direct like a Marvel movie, but he's gonna do a real like drama, you know, grit show with a lot of like good talented people. He's really good at putting it together. Like his track record is flawless. Goddamn it.
We need to start owning rights. We need to start owning these rappers' rights, nigga.
No, dude.
You know what I mean? Who we gonna go after? We gotta go after these niggas. Let's go get after Jim Jones. We could easy. That's like money.
I don't want Jim Jones's rights. I don't want balling. I don't want it.
Come on.
Keep his white beater wearing ass.
Stay high.
Nah,
we're balling. Let's move on, guys. Cloud Babies. Hulu is about to drop a documentary about Freaknik.
Hulu says it is filming a documentary on the legendary Freaknik Festival. It's called Freaknik, the Wildest Party Never Told. The documentary will share the rise and fall of the influential street party.
You think
twerking was invented in Freaknik?
That's a big allegation, but it's not a bad one.
It's all feelings, no facts. But my theory is twerking started in Freaknik.
Hey,
we're gonna learn about that because Hulu's about to drop it.
We're gonna see the evidence.
In the age of freaking Me Too movement, a lot of people's about to get canceled.
So can you tell me, as someone that, you know, I didn't hear about this much.
Yeah, you're in Australia, so you don't know much about Freaknik.
Yeah, and I'm younger too. So it's like, I missed this in a wave, you know.
I have to break down Uncle Luke for you guys who understand Freaknik.
Break it down.
So Uncle Luke is a pioneer in the South as a rapper, as a, you could say DJ, just a pioneer, period.
Okay.
So when he started, he used to throw those big parties. You understand?
Yeah.
Those parties happen to be like just like spring break.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Hectic.
So it's kind of like a big carnival. Girls come out. It's like a spring break. You know, they fly out for a whole week.
Throwing beads.
Partying, beads, twerking.
Just
threesomes, like orgies, all, bro.
Really?
Crazy. Yes.
Really?
Sir. The top of fuckery was Freaknik.
Just out in the open though?
Son.
Wow.
Clubs.
Freaknikin'.
Son, clubs.
Wow.
Bar. Fucking in the streets.
In the streets?
Son, it was a carnival. In the streets. Bro. Son, it was a carnival. Yo. So you got it from the 1990s, period. Damn. So now let me tell you how great Uncle Luke is. It's because of Uncle Luke we have the parental advisory shit in our CDs. because what he used to rap about and sing about was about women twerking, getting blowjob, getting this and that. Okay. So now the industry didn't know what to do. Yeah. So they had to add those parental shit still to this day.
Yes,
it's because of him.
Wow.
Your boy Uncle Luke.
Uncle Luke.
Freaknik.
What a G.
Because of that, that's the history of hip hop. Because of that.
No. Uncle Luke, you changed history.
Big time.
You changed.
That's why I was kind of mad. Let me tell you what. That's why I was kind of mad when they did that anniversary, that hip hop anniversary shit.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't have freaking Uncle Luke in that. How you not gonna have Uncle Luke?
That's wild.
He changed hip hop, period, bro.
That's wild. Cause look,
every hip hop album, there's a parental shit in there,
bro. Pop culture.
Yeah,
he changed pop culture.
It's in every album that you curse on.
Even
not only hip hop.
That's crazy.
Freaknik.
And talking about that kind of behavior is become a staple of hip hop.
Now Hulu obtained all those footages from 1992 all the way up to 1996. I don't know when Freaknik stopped. But son, we're about to see some shit.
The footage was recorded from a Nokia flip phone.
I'm gonna watch every one of them for research purposes.
Yeah, y'all. They about to put our business out in the street. Some of us might be on TV. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to stop with this Freaknik 90s. This don't make no sense. We did not have social media. It is not our fault that everything that y'all young people do is on social media. Just because those fools had a camcorder and then they put it on their TV and then they recorded it on their phone and then they put it on the internet. Some of us are deaconesses. Some of us have corporate America jobs. Some of us are in Congress right now. Nobody want to do that.
Because if I see my aunt in there, my mom in there, we're going to talk about a lot of this.
You might have relatives in there, bro.
Easy.
Bro, I'm safe. I know I'm safe.
If you're a baby, if you about like 35, 40 years old. Yeah, your mom was most likely Freakniking.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gotta be tough to find out. It's like finding out your mom's on OnlyFans like 20 years later.
It's about to happen. That's exactly what's about to happen, son. Hulu is about to open a can of worms, bro.
Everyone watch the documentary.
Son, I see lawsuits flying everywhere.
That's mama right there. Mama.
I see lawsuits flying everywhere.
Get in here. Yeah. No BBLs out there.
Back then. There was no BBL back then.
BBL back then. It was all natural ass.
So who was the first girl that pulled out the BBL, bro?
It has to be Kim K. Has to be
you
Kim
answered
K.
my question, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know too much about that.
Yo, let's move on, son.
Let's go. I
saw the most disgusting thing. Speaking of BBL, yo, Cardi B respond, right?
Cardi B.
Yo, Dalai Lama did something disgusting.
Okay, this is the world we're living in, people.
I'm so with Cardi B. Although she's a Democrat right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a pure politician, bro. But I'm with her.
I mean, let's just talk about it. So the Dalai Lama, which is the Buddhist leader reincarnated, like the most respected figure in Buddhism, right? Across the world, got caught on camera doing some really questionable type, like kissing
with a child.
Yeah, that's
disgusting, son.
There's weird stuff. And
where is he from? Tibet or
something like that.
China's probably like, yo, now what? Like, look. We should have bombed these niggas. You feel me? Like, this is disgusting, son.
Yeah, and this is the weird part. This is why I said, like, this is the world we're living, because the Dalai Lama, who is supposed to be the symbol of peace and
saint
and moderation and humility and wisdom.
I don't trust nobody around my kids.
He's supposed to be, I know, the wise man on this world, because not only has he lived this lifetime, but he's lived multiple lifetimes of wisdom. Apparently so. You're
air quotation, okay? Yeah. Air quotation.
Allegedly. Like everything on That's It. So now you're telling me this man with all the wisdom and all the respect still doesn't know how to act around children.
I want to go viral. No, it's because I already was having this conversation yesterday with my friend from high school, and then boom, what we see on the news early, some fucking, what is it, he a mom or something? Like a mom kissing on a boy and his parents is right there. No, set boundaries. Sometimes people, like if you ever watch the LSD church, people let religion, they let people take advantage of their kids because of religion. every type of religion. LSD Church is an American fucking religion, and there's fucking religions all around the world that their parents let people take advantage of their kid in the name of fucking whatever God they pray on.
I agree. I'm with her 100%.
We can agree.
Cardi B for president.
Cardi B is morally in the high ground against the Dalai Lama.
Yeah. I mean, common sense is up to par. I'm with it.
What are we
I'm
doing?
for Cardi B for president.
What are we doing?
Son,
what
Joe Budden didn't even come out and say anything, bro.
Simulation, people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have my son over here talking about Troy Ave. He didn't say anything about Dalai Lama.
He did not say nothing about the Dalai Lama.
You have Joe Budden talking about Logic, going hard against Rory and Mal, calling them the bare minimum boys. He's not talking about Dalai Lama.
Talking about the Dalai Lama
being disgusting.
Yeah.
But Cardi B is.
Cardi B, she had to stand up.
Cardi for president, babe.
Stand up for what's right.
Cardi B for president.
Stand up for the kids.
I want my first president to be Cardi B, man. I want Cardi B to go to Russia and start twerking in front of Franklin.
At this point,
Putin, yo.
At this point,
I want you to stop the Ukraine war.
You know what? I know.
We'll stop
you know
it.
what? No,
good to go.
With Putin, I know not Cardi B. We need to send Megan Thee Stallion because we know he rides horses.
That's true.
We need to send the
That's
stallion.
the only horse Putin cannot ride.
The stallion.
That's the only horse Putin cannot ride.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fact. I'm with that. I'm with that, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Cardi B spoke out against Dalai Lama, which was very disgusting.
And fair enough.
I'm with her.
Fair enough. This is a weird topsy-turvy world.
I don't trust nobody around my kids, bro.
Yeah. You know.
I don't care if you're a priest or police or freaking Jesus. I don't care who you are, son. I don't trust you, bro.
It's so freaky. That's the worst one to me. How could you be doing
It's mostly religious dudes, too.
You know, why is that? Because
it's always religion.
Why? There's two reasons of the avenues of why that ends up being the case. One is because usually in those practices, they force the men or the people in there
not
to be
to have
celibate.
sex. Yeah.
So what does that do? It messes with your whole biology and psychology.
It made no sense. Everybody in the Bible had like 20 kids, bro.
Exactly.
That never made sense to me. Oh, you got to be celibate before you get married.
Why is sex
bro,
such a bad
these dudes
thing?
was getting married when they're like 16, 14. They're here getting married. And then they're weighed off. Because remember, they dying on like God knows whatever.
You know what it was? STIs. So everyone used to die from like syphilis and all that. And that's why marriage became so important. That's why monogamy was so important. And that's why for religious men, they were like, you can't die.
Had no condoms.
Yeah, you have to be a leader among the community.
Son, can you imagine Noah? Noah had sheep's pair of everything. You tell me he didn't have a pair of condoms?
Bro, they didn't have nothing. They used to try and get linings of sheep's stomach and put it around their dick.
Oh,
they had to come up with
pull-out game was serious.
Bro, they had to come. No, not only that.
No pull-out game.
Because as soon as you put it in, you got an STI. You about to die in 3 days.
Dead.
Bro,
dead.
Dude, imagine,
you come, you die.
Imagine the confliction you had as a man in those ages and times when you the risk of you putting your dick in something and dying.
They wasn't thinking about that though.
They had to think about that though. Like
they didn't know about STIs.
Yeah, but they thought it was
demons. It's like the same way the kings were dying.
They thought it was demons.
Son,
they thought it was demons.
A lot of kings were dying, right? Because they were allergic to shit. They hit thinking they get getting poisoned.
Yeah.
That's exactly what these dudes.
True.
They walk around sticking it, beating it, getting mad kids, and then die 2 days later.
Thinking it's,
they didn't understand. They think they're getting voodooed or like some
demons
fucking.
were after them.
Yeah, facts.
They thought witches had demon pussy.
Son, black people had to invent condoms, bro.
No, what?
Yeah, we had to, bro.
You think so?
We had to. Who invented condoms, bro? Can we Google that, Candy?
Yeah, that might be.
It has to be some black or Latino. That's a Latino product, nigga. Facts. It has to be, nigga.
Yeah, with a Latina woman, you know, the way they fall pregnant quick like that.
Quick.
Yeah, for sure.
It has to be a black or Latino. It can't be Asian.
Yeah.
Asian did not invent it.
They had to come up
Don't
with
hit
something.
me up with some Tokyo, China came up with condoms. No way, son. Because them white dudes back in the Bible age,
no way, son.
Babies everywhere, son.
Yeah.
Noah, babies everywhere.
You know what? I take it back. It was
Ham, Shem, Yafet, all of them.
Yeah, you talking about it'd be an American black person. It could not be an African person that came up with the condom.
No, it gotta be African.
It still hasn't made it to the continent.
No. It gotta be an African.
It didn't
that
make it
nigga
to the
stick his shit in and then his shit turned purple. He said, oh! Stop. Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. It was one upset African dude.
True.
Fix everything, nigga.
True.
Yeah, facts, nigga. We're gonna move on until Candy figure it out who invented condoms.
We gotta move on to my son, who finally put out the diss track back at Troy Ave, and
4 weeks I waited for this crap. I'm sorry to cut you off, sir. The beats is horrible. He spit some bars there. I ain't gonna lie though.
Yeah,
he spit some bars.
He's got good lyrics,
son.
But the
overall I'm in video
quality,
production.
The quality.
That's my
production.
background.
Yeah, man.
Cloud Babies. Most of you guys don't know what I do.
Yeah.
But if you really Google me, you'll find out.
Tell me.
But I'm watching this video. I'm like, son, your lenses, you need a cameraman that really know about his lenses.
You have 4 weeks.
That 50mm lens that you got, that cheap ass lens that you got,
bruh.
You gotta fix that, my son.
The angles, you gotta stop. With
angles, you gotta work on the angles.
It's the 2000s.
Half of the shit is blurred.
He did a video from the 2000s.
And the beats, on the boom bap beats, I was so mad because I waited. I'm like, yo, my son have to come back.
And this is the reason why we look, we weren't behind Troy Ave's actions. Let me get this straight.
Yeah, people think we for Troy Ave. They think Troy Ave is paying us.
These people in the comment section think that we love Troy Ave based on his actions, based on his words. No, the only reason why we mess with Troy Ave
his action
is because of the moves that he made with the music.
Yeah,
was actually good.
This is hip hop.
It's hip hop.
You talk about it on wax. You talk about it on beat.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. And this man came up with some fire. You know what I mean?
Hold on 1 second, Kendi. Dear hater, I won. Let's go. Hold on. Get back to me, Kendi. Real quick.
Kendi, say who made the condom?
Can you turn your mic on? Is it on?
Oh.
There you.
Yeah,
I can hear you. Yeah.
Woman.
Okay, who invented condoms?
King Manos.
King Manos.
Oh man.
Exactly. That's why I had to take Google.
It had to be a king.
Told me a name.
Because King had all the concubines, and he was like, I'm tired of this bitch pregnant.
Yeah.
That's true. So a king invented condoms? A Greek king?
The Greeks are the best, bro. The Greeks back in the day.
It's fine.
Iconic.
It's fine.
Makes
sense.
You know,
you got compass, math.
Makes sense. What was
are we gonna give them math though? Because math is
no.
They
That's
say in
Arabic.
Egyptian,
that's
Arabics, and all this shit.
That's Mesopotamia and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, condom. We'll give the Greeks that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Greeks,
they known for the orgies and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were known for philanthropy. So
you call that philanthropy?
Isn't it? Do you know what I mean? For being like outlandish. They said like drink a lot, throw parties, have like all the spreads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Greeks and the Romans.
I see where you're going with that. I see where you're going.
Come on, man.
But shit, let's get back to my son, all right? We're philanthropy. All right.
I'll pull out a big word.
Oh my God.
Cloud Babies in the comment section. Like, what did he say? What was that?
So your boy, my son over here, I waited goddamn 4 weeks
take my boy
for a diss track that I didn't want.
Yeah, I didn't want it either.
I didn't want it. Now I'm waiting for.
I wanted the music to be good, but the instrumental that you chose to do that on.
He was never good to me. My son was never a good rapper to me.
Whatever, you know, that it is what it is.
I give him faith because Troy Ave was talking so much crap.
But he had an opportunity. He had an opportunity to put out something good and then get some real traction.
Son, he's too busy with that Black Lives Matter bullshit, son.
Oh man.
Him and Timika.
That was that
Mallory over here.
That symbol was directly taken from No Label, goddammit.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm watching this video today, right?
Yeah.
Kendi, I'm watching this video, this My Son diss track, right? This dude have a hat look exactly like the No Label hat that we printed.
Exactly.
Same logo, same circle, same everything. Super interesting. So I'm not even gonna be mad at my son about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although he cock blocked and stole my shit. but you know what I mean? In that diss track, right, at the end, he was like, stop black murder.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, nigga, if you're gonna talk about black murder, let's talk about Shanquilla Robinson. You're not gonna do anything about that. That's the girl that got beat up in Mexico. Deshae Jackson, that's the girl that beat up Shaquilla in Mexico.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you try to help him since you're about Black Lives Murder and all this stuff? You insert yourself in a beef that you went around.
Yeah.
You here just talking about it the same way we're talking about it.
There's a lot of selective outrage.
It is selective outrage. Now you waste all this time going back and forth with Troy Ave. That's not your business. You don't know Troy Ave. You don't know his mans in him. You just here to talk for content, just the same way we are.
Yep.
But you're mad at Troy Ave for coming back at you.
Yeah.
And then you waited 4 weeks for that?
Yeah, and you're gonna be mad too because Troy Ave came at you harder. And you didn't respond in the way that you could be an equal.
Now I'm waiting for Mano. Mano trying to expose Troy Ave and then came out with the same chain
Yeah.
he was wearing.
Bro. Bro, that Mano, I don't even want to touch on that.
What a disappointment, bro.
It's so dumb. All of it's dumb. Yo, can you rap? Hey, can you make a song? Make a song.
That's all I want to hear, bro.
Yeah, I'm tired of y'all.
Mano is not a rapper no more. He's a podcaster.
Yeah, same.
My son is not a rapper no more.
Yeah,
he's fighting for BLM and he have his own little fight the right movement and all this stuff.
That's why it's
cool.
Weird. It's weird to have a beef without no rap. It's very strange. It's just like grown men having a problem with each other, talking on the internet. You know what I mean?
And people think we here for Troy Ave.
Yeah.
We're here for Troy Ave because he's putting music and we talk about it. He's putting content about.
Exactly. And if the back and forth
That's what
is
hip-hop
funny,
is.
Exactly. If the back and forth between a beef is funny and it's productive,
it does not matter about the outcome.
It doesn't matter.
We're sad Biggie and Pac died.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, Hit 'Em Up was a great freaking diss track.
Look at classic beefs over time. Even 50 and Ye going at it, right? Like nobody technically lost in that war. Like they went at it. It was good music back and forth. The talk only helped the music. The talk was only based on to promote the music.
That was it.
So now it's all just talk.
That's it.
That's all you guys
Everybody
have.
got a podcast, bro.
Everyone just podcasting and talking. And look, we talk, but we want to talk about the reason why we support Troy Ave is because it's creative.
That's
it's
it.
fun. It's musical. You know?
Dear hater, I won. Come on,
That's
Hassan.
hilarious.
Come on.
And it was a good song.
That was
the beat
good.
was tight. The video clip was tight. You know,
beat was on point.
Was
son.
modern enough to like still be like okay.
My son hit us up with some Fruity Loop shit.
That was some Fruity Loops. He made that in GarageBand.
GarageBand, son.
Yeah, like
I was
straight.
so disappointed. Come on, B.
Yeah, come on, B.
Come on, B. No,
they're doing that.
Son. No,
really?
Yes.
Wow. Oh my God.
She said, check his wig. Check her wig.
You gonna let me go?
You gonna let me go, right? In the car?
You let me go, right?
And you're gonna give me the car too, right?
They looked at the office like, you gonna let me go? Okay.
Was that stage?
It looks like it.
I think it's staged.
Cause
bro.
like
she was too nonchalant about like, this is my wig.
Yeah, like way too nonchalant. As he threw the first bag out her wig onto the car, I would be freaked out.
She would have run.
She was like, you know, don't do it. And then she put her forehead on the car, like, don't reach
And then she
in.
giggled. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like that's crazy. You know you go to jail.
I don't know.
You go to jail. She said, that's not mine.
Yeah.
Came out your wig.
Yeah.
Of all places, you know nobody's messing with
Yeah, I don't
your
believe
wig.
it. I don't believe it.
That's crazy.
I don't believe it.
Nobody just picked up your wig and then threw a couple of bags in there and put it back on your head and said, you know what? Keep that. And she was like, cool. You know what I mean? Like,
it was well lit.
Yeah.
It was
too-
well
yeah, you're
shot.
right.
I mean, like, nah, I don't know.
You're right. You're right.
I'll tell you what was not. LL Cool J allegedly had a son.
What?
This motherfucker pop up in World Star Hip Hop looking like a freaking commercial, bro.
Turns out my father is LL Cool J. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. He'll send me money every now and then, probably $200 a month.
Bro, this is BS. I don't believe it.
You don't believe it,
I
right?
don't believe it. And the other thing is, man, the world is too big. There's a lot of people that look like a lot of people.
That's true.
And I saw this video of Kevin Hart and the lookalike of Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
That was scary.
This guy actually looks like me. Like, it's not a joke.
No, it's not.
My brother. He looks exactly like we were birthed from the same woman.
If you're a woman and they have a child by LL Cool J,
yeah,
right, and they know about, and there's actually money being paid to you,
yeah,
you're definitely getting more than $200.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
you need to talk to your mom.
Yeah, there's ridiculous. There's no way.
Yeah.
That you're going through any sort of legitimate process of child support and you're getting $200 coming from LL Cool J.
Yeah,
you got it twisted. Your daddy's name's LL Uncle J, and that's it. It's not LL Cool J.
No,
he looks
not that
similar.
guy.
You know,
Not Cool J.
Not
He could
Cool
be
J.
L, but it's not Cool
Yeah.
J in there.
It's just the L's.
That's
LL, no Cool J.
All right, let's speed track to this one.
Yeah,
Elon Musk called out a BBC reporter.
Owned him.
He owned him big time, bro. He wasn't ready.
Yeah, and BBC need to come up with a new acronym.
I know, right? I'm here thinking this Pornhub over here.
Every
bro.
time you say BBC, I say, I don't think of the news.
Yeah. It's messed up. They probably own the right for BBC.
Maybe.
They could sue Pornhub for all using that.
Imagine the Google searches, the confliction people have when you have old white people that really want the news and they type in BBC. And get some wild shit that pop up on their search engine. You know what I mean? You see the dude from the magazine out there.
Yo, Elon owned this dude, bro. But he's right, though. A lot of us be like, oh, yeah, Twitter's different. Twitter is about this. Twitter is about that. But are you on Twitter, though?
To describe a hateful thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just content that will solicit a reaction, something that may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist, those kinds of things.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
No,
is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm trying to understand what you mean by hateful content, and I'm asking for specific examples. And you just said that if something is slightly sexist, that's hateful content. Does that mean that it should be banned?
Well, you've asked me whether my feed, whether it's got less or more. I'd say it's got slightly more.
That's why I'm asking for examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't use. Honestly, I
don't. You can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why. Because I don't actually use that feed anymore. Because I just don't particularly like it.
But you
and
said
actually, a lot of people are quite similar. I only look at
hang on a second.
my
You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I'm not sure I've used that feed for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And
then how did you see the hateful content?
Because I've been using Twitter since you've taken it over for the last 6 months.
Okay, so then you must have at some point seen for you hateful content. I'm asking for one example.
Right.
You can't give a single one.
And I'm saying.
Then I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
It's like outrage. If you can make people outrage about something, they'll be in the comment section writing paragraphs.
That's right. What we're gonna talk about right now is Kia, my neck, my back, lick my. Just like that. Is going at it against Luenell, the comedian. Son, Luenell have a freaking OnlyFans, son.
Dude, power tour. Power tour.
Son, whose auntie is this? She's a comedian. She should be well off. She should be making money. She should not have an OnlyFans, bro. I'm against that. I'm with Kia right now, son.
Dude, but you don't think she been at the Freaknik?
Oh, she was Freaknik.
Yeah,
she was definitely
she's OG Freaknik.
So was Kia. Kia was Freakniking.
I know, but
my neck, man. Yeah.
Monique would never. Now, Luenell, girl, you know your big snuffleupagus looking ass done across the line. We the people still trying to figure out how you got your big ass in that little ass tub, girl. Who helped you in there? Where's your medical check?
Don't say that.
I can't.
Okay, look.
Oh my God. Whose auntie is this?
Okay, hold on. Before you go and judge the bathwater scene that we're talking about, that before we go and talk about that, right? Who are you to go in and go in and be mad about a little bit of extra weight and age on a girl going and being sexy?
That's true.
Dude, Kia's funny though, bro. She roasted her.
She did.
Full fire roasted.
She did.
Like gun rattle. Like.
But Luenell is a comedian.
Roast. Yeah,
she ain't got Lunell's jokes.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Kia better be ready because Luenell coming back with it.
I agree.
Strong.
I agree. So let's carry on to Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner let the world know she liked to make it rain in the bedroom.
So
you're a squirter.
I'm a squirter.
Oh my God, Dad.
Yeah, I am. What can I say? Yeah, he's absolutely
We're all
right.
adult here.
Yeah, we're grown-ups.
Right,
yeah.
But here's the thing.
Ooh.
We know she was a freak.
Oh, she wet.
She wet.
Fountains.
She liked to squirty.
She got the pistol. She got the water pistol. She got the super soaker. She got the Splash Mountain.
I know they were freaks. She officially
Niagara
said she's
Falls.
a freak, son.
She got the Niagara Falls.
She got it.
She got the.
She's damn near 60. She got to be in her 60s.
Fiji water come out the bottle squeeze.
Pure. So we here talking about Luenell.
Dude,
it's the same thing.
Bro, why doesn't
all those grannies freaks?
You don't think?
So if I catch Kris Jenner if I catch Kris Jenner in the Hulu documentary in Freaknik, bro, I'm losing it. Facts, man. Clap Babies Elevation Nation.
Yes,
It ain't your first time.
It's not.
You know what to do.
They know.
Like, subscribe, and hit that little bell button somewhere around here. Just to be notified.
Ding ding.
That's it.
Come back next week.